Here's one of my older projects that I did quite a while ago actually. It's definitely at least a year ago. This used to be a Hasbro ForceFX kit Fisto Lightsaber with removable blade, but I decided to do a cosmetic customization job on it. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to be examining the lightsaber with two hands, so I'm going to put the camera down so you won't get a full shot of the hilt. But I'll show you what I've done to it anyway. Like I said, this was a Hasbro ForceFX lightsaber. Definitely not for dueling. It has a string LED blade, which is it's not durable at all. At least not for the heavy kind of full contact dueling, which I'll show soon enough anyway. I customized it just basically using, again, just junk really that I have laying around. I wanted to go for a kind of bulky, kind of clunky, Old Republic sort of style lightsaber where they're not too, they look kind of just very bulky and not too streamlined. Not like it's been finely machined or anything like that, but it's clunky. And I went for this, I used a kind of mishmash of parts really. This is a stainless steel that I cut into strips, and as you can see it's still got the grills underneath from the Kit Fisto lightsaber. I decided to paint them gold and put this kind of like black detailing, and it's worn off a little bit, but it kind of adds to the style of the lightsaber. It's kind of like an older model. I built a small control box onto it as well. It's gone a little bit rusty actually. It did actually used to be silver, but I guess moisture in the air has made it a little rusty. And I just added some, greebles or greeblies or however you like to pronounce it to it. This is actually the activation dial for it. It has batteries in it at the moment, which I'll get to it in a second. These grips here are created, it's actually a series of cable ties, just all in a row. I did actually want a material grip and I tried it and it didn't work out very well, so I redesigned it and I put these on instead, and they're actually held together pretty well. Here, just another sort of greebly, and the cap on the end here with the hole. I drilled a hole into the end because of course the speaker and the sound needs to get out of it. Yeah, so I will, like the removable blade ForceFX lightsabers that were around a few years ago, you can detach the blade from them and for display purposes, if you like, or they come with a Covertech sort of belt clip, so you wear the clip on your belt and then this slides into it and clicks in, and it can hang from your belt, and then you squeeze it and it releases the little knob here and it slides out. Even though I customized it, the belt clip does still work. It can still hang off of a belt, which is fine, I guess. As I was saying, the blade. I have the blade here. I'm not going to put it all fully into shot, but you can imagine the length of the blade, and it has this here with the pins in it, and this slides into the end. If you try and turn it on, like I said, these removable blade models, if you try and turn it on, they make kind of like a malfunctioning kind of noise, I guess you could call it. Let me just twist this. You can see kind of like a sparking, malfunctioning sound if you try and turn it on. This here's a dial. The Kit Fisto model has just a dial, and it turns slightly and activates it, but without a blade in it, it makes these weird crackling noises. The Kit Fisto one underneath, it retains all of its functions and features, and I'll show you. If you unscrew the end here, like so, this bit comes off, and I don't want that to fall out just yet, but this bit comes off, and when I glued attached the fins with, I used a quick steel and finished off with resin just to give it a good firm grip onto this bit that you unscrew, and there you go, this cap comes out. You then take the end of the blade, you put the fins or the end cap all the way down to the bottom. You then place this inside. They only go in one way. There's a little groove inside. You won't be able to see it, but there is a groove, so it only goes in one way. And when you make contact, it makes a sound effect to signify that it is locked in, as you can see, like that. And then when it comes out, the reverse. You need to tighten this up for it to, there we go, make contact like that. Just make sure it's tight. There we go. I haven't replaced the batteries in this in a long time, so I don't know how bright the blade's going to be. But let's see, shall we? It has swing sound effects and clash sound effects when you hit the blade. Apparently, because it's the, again, Kit Fisto model, the sound effects taken from, I believe, I can't remember exactly, but on the box it either said, I'm pretty sure it said Attack of the Clones on the box with the sound effects taken from the movie. They're never very bright, these Hasbro ones. There is a slight flickering, but that's not actually an effect. That's because the batteries are pretty low in it, and it flickers with the sound effects. It shouldn't. It should be a solid green the whole time. And like I've said in the previous video, it's pretty bright in this room, so any illumination will get washed out. The only plus side really to having these string of 30, I believe it's 32 LEDs in a row, is that you get an ignition slide in and out sort of effect. Like they will power down sequentially and ignite sequentially to sort of give that it's coming out of the hilt and retracting effect, which is nice, I guess. This is definitely a display piece. If you wanted to, I suppose you could duel with this, but I would not recommend it because this will split and crack. But as a display piece goes, or just for showing off, it's fine. It's solid. You could definitely have very, very light dueling with this, and I mean very light, because you would not want to have a nice split down this. And also, it will damage the LEDs in it. I've seen pictures and footage of people before who duelled with these, and it busts the LEDs inside, and you'll just have a big black splotch up and down the blade where one of them was disconnected from the string. I'll just disconnect this real quick. There we go. Like that. When I cut all the parts, when I cut the stainless steel, I had to make sure that it did not hinder the screwing on and off of this cap. The cap, this little bit, I spray painted the end of that just so it matches it, and then screw that back on, like so. I won't go all the way up. And yeah, so it was just sort of a cosmetic customization job on this one, and it was one of my sort of first full customizations, and I'm actually still pretty pleased with the way it turned out. The sort of clunky, bulky, older style lightsaber that I went for, and I'm pretty pleased with my work on this one. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen, and please leave a like, or any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching.